Unsteady on her feet and severely malnourished, Anissa arrives on the wards. The family's village had been cut off by the fighting in Hodeida province, but somehow she survived.
Anissa?
Doctors want to examine her. What they see is truly shocking. This is what the world's worst humanitarian crisis looks like.
How much severely undernourished. She's 8 years old.
8 years old. 8 years old.
Yeah. Look how much she's severely wasted. With the very severe malnutrition I have found here, they are suspected for sepsis and more likely to die. These patients are more likely to die. She's 10 kg, 10.1 kg. She must be 15. You can't imagine this is the measurement of 2 years.
2 years?
Oh, in the weight, yes.
2 years without eating properly?
Yeah. And all my ward is in the same condition. The cases from Hodeida, from IDBs are the same.
On another ward, the picture is also distressing. This premature baby is just a few days old. His mother is helping him breathe because there aren't enough medical staff to treat everyone. Countless children are dying from lack of food and health care. Years of conflict have left the country on the brink of famine and mostly forgotten by the world. We travelled to the area where the war is intensifying on the west coast. What is happening in Yemen should shock the international community. Some aid is getting through, but not enough. In this town, the distribution centre is full of desperate people. There are more mouths to feed here than there is food. And only those whose names are on the list will eat. Everybody else is sent away.
Well, it's absolute chaos in here. This group of women, they've been here for 4 days queuing for food.
She said, we are tired, we are tired.
And aid agencies are warning Yemen's crisis could be about to get worse. The war being fought by Saudi Arabia and its allies against Iranian-backed Houthi rebels has now shifted to the coastal plains along the Red Sea. Helicopter gunships buzz the skies, whilst the naval blockade controls the flow of food. Houthi territory is effectively under siege. The West Coast is of vital importance to the Saudi-led coalition. The military alliance claims that if they can control this area and the port city of Hodeida, they can break the Houthi stranglehold on Sana'a and the north of the country. Armed by the United States and Britain, the coalition is trying to roll back Tehran's influence on this part of the Arabian Peninsula. It's not just the sale of weapons, it's also military support to help prosecute this war. The roads on the way to the front lines are littered with destroyed armoured vehicles. It is a patchwork of Yemeni fighters, though, loyal to the government in exile, that are leading the fight.
The Houthi positions are about a kilometre over there, and they are responding with mortar rounds. At the moment, they're clearing the villages around Hodeida, but we've been told by senior commanders that the main offensive to take the city will start very soon.
But it is the impact this war is having on the civilian population that is devastating.
Nowhere safe here. This is where the shell landed.
Even refugee camps are in the line of fire. This woman's daughter was killed by the blast. And nearly 4 years after the Saudi-led coalition entered the war in Yemen, there is no end in sight. It's not certain if this conflict can even be won. But what is sure is civilians will continue to suffer in the wake of this destructive war. Alex Rossi, Sky News, on the outskirts of Hodeida.